Welcome back, Thrifters and viewers. With Thanksgiving just around the corner, we're getting prepared, trying out our pie recipes. So today we're doing kind of a fun little twist on pumpkin pie. We'll actually be making butternut squash pie. This is just kind of a little bit different flavor, but just as tasty, so it's a fun thing to bring to your Thanksgiving. So with that, we'll start. You'll want to have a baked butternut squash already. And you can see our other video on how to make that if you're unsure. But we'll take a cup and a half of pureed butternut squash. As you can see, we have that here. And we're going to mix in a cup of packed brown sugar. And we'll want to mix that together first before adding our other ingredients. So we'll just kind of quick mash that together. And if you don't like as sweet of pies, feel free to reduce this. Or you can consider using stevia or one of those other alternatives. But once we have this nice and mixed together here, we will start adding our other ingredients. If you want to make this go a little bit faster, you can use an electric mixer or something like a Ninja or food processor. We're choosing not to do that today just because it makes a lot of noise on the camera. But as you can see, we have this all mixed together now. So we will start adding our other ingredients. So we have 3/4 cup of evaporated milk. If you don't have this on hand or don't want to buy it, be sure to check out our other video on how to make evaporated milk at home. So we'll pour that in. Next we have 3 large eggs. We pre-beat these just to make it easier to mix in. We'll add that. Followed by 2 tablespoons of flour. And a tablespoon of melted butter. We actually used a tablespoon of coconut oil, just it's a little bit healthier. We like cooking with that. If you don't have butter, you can use margarine, coconut oil, olive oil, whatever fat is your choice. We'll mix that in. 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. The reason we're not giving you ingredients there is I know people like their own flavoring. So whether you add cloves or not, pick whatever combination you like and then add 2 teaspoons of that to your mix. And then we're going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Make sure it's a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. That can really change your flavor, not for the best. So we'll add that in. And finally, we're going to add some vanilla extract. So this calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. However, if you're using imitation vanilla like we are, feel free to double that or just add a little bit more to make sure that you get enough flavor in there. If you're using real vanilla, I would leave it at 1 teaspoon. So again, we're going to go through and mix this up, get a nice runny batter going here. It definitely smells like pumpkin pie, so that's always fun to be cooking in your kitchen. Again, if you want to speed this up, feel free to use your electric mixer or a food processor. That'll make sure it's nice, even blend. There's no chunks in it. One thing that you can do for this, if you want to make sure you don't have a soggy pie crust at the end, is to pre-bake it. And we've done that today. You can kind of see here, it looks a little bit cooked. We put that in the oven at 350 for 4 or 5 minutes. Just give it a head start before we pour our pie filling in there. And if you would like to go with a healthier option, you can also make this without a pie crust, as you can maybe see in our video on crustless pumpkin pie. So that is all up to you. But now that we've got a nice even mixture here, we're going to go ahead and pour that into our pie crust. And we'll get that nice and full. Be sure to use a spatula or a nice spoon to make sure you get all the filling out and into your pie crust. And like I said before, our pie crust was baking at 350. You can just leave the oven on at 350. Because we will put this one in again at 350 for about 45 to 55 minutes. Just kind of be sure to check it. If you're worried about your pie crust, we left ours a little bit lower. If you have them higher and you're worried about them burning, put tin foil or the crust protectors on at about 35 minutes just to make sure it doesn't burn. So we'll go ahead and put this in, and later we'll enjoy a nice butternut squash pie and maybe add some whipped cream. Thanks, and join us again for more Thanksgiving recipes.